coming through with another live stream. If you're looking for the truth, you came to the right place. Do me a solid as you enter the broadcast. Double tap your screen and get them likes up. We are going to break down President Trump's nation address from last night that the world has been on the edge of their seats waiting on. And not only am I going to break down what was said, I'm going to bring you the truth of what's really about to take place in America. I see y'all rolling in. Peace and blessings to everybody joining. Make sure y'all get them likes up. We're talking about President Trump and his lies. Now, I'm going to play the audio of him addressing the nation. You know, it was about 18 to 20 minutes where he brought everybody together right before the release of the Epstein files, which is due Friday. That's going to be a momentous occasion. There's a lot that's going to be brought to the forefront. I mean, today there were already more photos released, and those photos are just absolutely disturbing, man. Epstein was a monster, man. Epstein was a total monster, and anybody associated, connected with that individual, they deserve hell's fire, if you ask me. But some of the photos that came out, I mean, they're just daunting, very, very cringy. You know, we're talking about pictures that look like they come from some type of film, some horror film, like Hostel or something like that. But nonetheless, Donald Trump, he addressed the nation, and we got to get into it. What did he have to say? Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're going to break down many of the lies that was told, so you can understand what's really going on. And then we're going to get into what's really happening in the nation, what we can expect next, and how we should maneuver as people who can see. Now, let's go. Time from time, I'll reverse the phone around so you can see the president talk.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
Okay. Now we have to stop him here. See, that's the first lie. That's a huge lie. Now, I don't want to make it seem as if I'm caping for liberals or the Democrats. But ladies and gentlemen, that is more than an exaggeration. That is a blatant, bold-faced lie. He literally just said 25 million people enter under Biden that came from mental institutions and insane asylums. Y'all, listen, I don't know what type of script that they're preparing for Donald Trump. But come on now, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot take this dude serious at all. We can't take him serious at this point. I don't know if he is battling with dementia. I don't know what's going on, but these type of statements are just more than misleading. I mean, they're absolutely inflammatory. And he's claiming that these people came from mental institutions and insane asylums. There's no, literally, ladies and gentlemen. See, I gotta call this out because this is our president. There is no evidence whatsoever that validate or substantiate anything he just said. There's no evidence to validate that. So, MAGA, I don't know how you feel about that, but that's a lie. That's a lie. It's misleading and it's unsupportive. And then he goes on to tell us that it was 11,888 murderers that was brung over. There's no evidence to substantiate that either. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person.
It's a lie. This is a lie. None of his evidence, none of these statistics and data, you cannot validate it anywhere. And the reason I know you can't validate it anywhere is because I searched this. Because I don't just get on here and just talk. He's lying. There's no truth to it. You cannot find any evidence that substantiates anything this president is saying. None. There's no evidence to back that up. Let's go.
This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world, but they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There has never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns.
I would not be surprised if this is AI Trump. I would not be surprised if this is artificial intelligence Trump. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't believe this is really him. I just don't. I mean, y'all, listen, when I say this man lies so much, the last few times I've seen Trump publicly speak, he was sweating profusely. He was all over the place, and it seemed to be something wrong with his frontal lobe. And he seemed to be some type of either stroke victim or heart attack, or stroke victim or dementia patient. And I know that Donald J. Trump cannot read the teleprompter this smooth. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we're reacting to AI. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Those who can see, you can see. But this is full of lies, and then we're going to go into what's true. I'm not going to waste too much time on this particular address to the nation. I'm going to show you what he's been saying throughout the last few weeks, so you can really see what we're being distracted from. Let's go.
With illegal aliens, they decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war, they caused mayhem, they caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation.
We talking about the same president that spent $500 million on AI. He's looking out for the real citizens, huh? Let me get this right. Although automation is set to replace every working class citizen's job in the next, I don't know, 2 years, this guy cares about the working class citizens? Huh? Excuse me? Listen, let me make this very, very much clear. Donald Trump is bought and paid for. You already know who he works for. He's bought and sold. Those people over there, that you know who people, they got him by the balls. And, he's just a talking head at this point. And really, his time is about running thin. The truth of the matter is, in the near future, they're going to be getting rid of this puppet. And then they're going to be going with JD Vance, another puppet. And JD Vance, he is locked in with everyone who is going to push the AI agenda and everybody who is invested in the AI agenda. And it's just going to keep on going. Straight up.
Work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country.
Another lie. That's another lie. He has no documented proof that 0 illegal aliens entered this country. He's just saying things. See, you can actually look this stuff up and fact check it. You can go on fact checkers and put in, has 0 illegal aliens entered the country this year? It's going to tell you no. They have no way of actually knowing that. He's lying. Let's go.
Feat, which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have
Another lie. Another lie. He's telling you that drug cartels and bringing drugs into the states is down 94%. Yo, who's preparing these speeches for these guys? 94%? Y'all, so let me get this right. Y'all
broken the grip of sinister.
So y'all believe that drugs coming in by sea is down 94%. Y'all really believe that? I just want you to understand how outrageous the lies are. How the data doesn't even make sense. All you got to do is go into the inner cities. Look at all the fiends. Look at all of the people out here cracked out of their minds, fitting all out. All you got to do is literally look at the streets, and you telling me. So let me get this right. If drugs are down 94% coming from overseas, 94%. So why are all these people on drugs out here in the world? It must be coming from America then, right? It must be coming from America. Somebody say you're nitpicking. No, I'm not going to just let somebody lie. That's not nitpicking. See, this is what's wrong with Americans these days. You let these people say anything. If their mouths are moving, they're lying. They're politicians. Drugs down 94% coming from overseas. Are you kidding me? If that was the case, America would be shut down because America was built on guns and butter and drugs. That's what it was built on. I'm telling you, let's go.
Woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years.
All of that was a lie. He didn't destroy any nuclear threat in Iran. He dropped a bunker buster and he missed. And Iran gonna get their get back when you least expect it. And then he said he de-escalated 8 wars. What the hell? Where were we at where he de-escalated 8 wars? If somebody explain to me, where were we at? Where Donald Trump de-escalated 8 world wars. So let me get this right. He just needs the Medal of Honor. He needs a Nobel Peace Prize. Just give him everything. Give him the badge of glory. It's like, what are we like? Are we in an alternative universe? So these are the things that Trump is saying to MAGA, and it keeps y'all under a spell. These are the things that he really, so this is what middle America is saying. You know, they see all these little Christmas trees and all of that. And he sits up here with his Christian nationalism and he comes before the nation and he sells you a Messiah-like figure. And y'all believe it. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, for me, this is like Saturday Night Live. When I hear what he says, it's like Saturday Night Live for me. Let's go.
Peace to the Middle East and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars.
Let me get this right. He's bringing our economy back. How many, listen, what y'all bank accounts looking like right now? MAGA, if you in the building. What's your grocery bill looking like right now? What's your gas bill looking like right now? Don't tell me that y'all can't understand what's really happening. What the price is looking like. Y'all don't lie. Y'all just, some of the MAGA people, I'm in here doing great. Thanks to Trump. Boy, them tariffs tore y'all pockets up just like everybody else's. These are the mental gymnastics right here that disconnect people from what's really happening. Let's go.
Driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politics.
Hell no, the hell they are not. No, they're not. Now, I'm not taking up for Democrats. What I want to show y'all, what I really want y'all to understand in this is listen, the Bible says if God was going to save Babylon, he would have done it already. What I'm trying to show you all is It is incrementally getting worse. That's right. No matter who is in that office, it's going to get worse because America has to fall. Why? It was not built to last. So I know some of you all believe that you're dealing with a Democrat platform. No, 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 no. You're dealing with an anti-system platform. And when these people get to lying, I'm going to point it out. I'm going to point it out.
Politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too.
Nah, solve it faster. Because groceries is off the chain, and so is gas and every damn thing else.
The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling.
Since March. Eggs went up under you. This is the trick they use. This is the trick they use. They'll bring prices up and then drop them and say, look, I brung the prices down.
Rapidly, and it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation.
I mean, I understand that, people are just delusional. They're delusional. Y'all want to know what's really about to happen in 2026? Some of y'all not ready to hear this. But the truth of the matter is, we're going to be going into an economic collapse at the rate things are going. And that's going to be followed by a war. And you know what makes it so powerful, me saying this? It's the truth. And I can say this in a chat full of people who are brand new to hearing what I just said. That's what makes it so beautiful. Because when it happens, when it actually happens, then you're going to revisit and say, hey, that guy was telling the truth. So somebody was telling the truth and somebody was lying. Somebody was telling the truth and somebody was lying. And guess what? I happen to be the one telling the truth. Y'all keep on putting y'all trust in these politicians, and you're going to have a rude awakening.
How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs. And that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. Mm-hmm. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles.
AI.
We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. Yep. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's it.
Yeah, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. You know, the country that's closest to hell. We get mass shootings every 5 days. Celebrities are dying like clockwork. You know, we're pretty much most of the people are under a strong delusion. The job market is actually being replaced by the AI, and automation is pretty much wiping people out. You got Epstein files that's about to be released, and come to find out, we got one of the biggest sex trafficking rings in the world, with many political figures tied to it, including this guy. And yeah, you know, that's America. Yeah, that's America. The hottest country in the world. The hottest. It's hot out there. Yeah.
By every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call warrior dividend before Christmas, a warrior dividend.
A warrior dividend, huh? Now, what are they getting that for? Who we been in war with? I remember. Oh, I remember who we been at war with. You remember Trump says the war would be within. He said the war would be within. So I guess this goes for those who have been actively posting up in all the cities, right? Let's go. And you know what's interesting? We must not forget that not too long ago, a lot of the veterans was taken to the streets because they lost their benefits under this administration. So instead of this warrior dividend, I don't know. This is what I think. Maybe perhaps those veterans should get their pay. How about that?
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction.
Man, let me break this down to you. We have to wake up as people. These politicians, they create a lot of problems, they get a reaction, and then they act as the solution. Every year, every 4 to 8 years, we think things are going to change in the country. And I will give it to you. Trump talks a big game. But it's about that time we get into what's really about to take place. I'm going to play a few more minutes of this, and I'm going to go to some other sources to show you what's really on the verge of taking place. Since y'all stuck around, let's go.
They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called most favored nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people, that's you, so they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases.
Well, this is what we knew what was going to happen. He was going to tout himself as some type of savior of the country. But I'm going to have, now that we've heard Trump out, because, I like, to let y'all hear both sides. How many of y'all enjoy all those big, beautiful lies? Now y'all ready for the ugly truth by double tapping your screen, getting the likes up. Now you ready for the ugly truth. You done heard the beautiful lies. You done heard the big, beautiful lies. Now, if you ready for that ugly truth, you came to the right place. Oh, it sounded good. Donald Trump rose like the phoenix through the ashes. And he's officially resurrected America. Prices are stupendous. Everybody living good. Everybody's eating good. America's winning. The military's booming. It's all looking great. Nobody's living paycheck to paycheck. The middle class is not going through anything. No, because Trump saved the middle class. And Biden, he had America knocking on death's door. Trump resurrected it. Now, are y'all ready for the truth? Geraldo, thank you for the support. If you are ready for the truth, double tap your screen, get the likes up, and I'm going to take you there. I'm going to take you to the real truth, the undeniable truth of what's really about to take place in America, what's really going on with the Trump administration, what's really about to happen. Of course, I'm going to go to a few sources to bring y'all there. Because there was some interesting things that were said not too long ago about the reset actually being confirmed, because there's a reset happening. See, what's happening right now is Trump has to get you to trust him for the reset. Now, let's go. Let's go here first.
Trump warning, listen. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date.
Hold on. The technical backbone of the financial system is out of date. Now let's repeat what Donald Trump said. The technical backbone of the financial system is out of date. Okay, so what does that mean?
Many years out of date. You know that Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade.
A 21st century upgrade. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into a cashless society. The financial system is about to change as we know it. These are the things that we're being distracted from. Right? And this is coming from the horse's mouth. Let's continue.
Using the state-of-the-art crypto technology, who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Did you hear what the President of the United States just said? You can no longer deny the fact that the reset is happening in real time and America has no clue. Donald Trump told every American that we are going to witness a 21st century upgrade to our financial system because everything is decades behind.
So look, you got to understand, there's going to be some changes that's made in our financial system altogether. Now, we already know that there's been a lot of revamping going on with the artificial intelligence. And now we're on the cusp of this actually happening. That's what the 500 mil on AI was. So don't fall for the game. Like, listen, the mark of the beast is going to come. How do we know that? Because the Bible prophesied this. It has to happen. Babylon has to fall. It has to fall. Not to mention there's going to be more stringent laws on not just immigrants. Trump, during this same address to the nation, y'all, we didn't get to that part, but I definitely have to address this. He is going after American-born citizens. So keep on putting your trust in this monarch dictator, and this is where it's going to end up.
American-born citizens. That's what he said. American-born citizens, not American citizens, American-born citizens. I need to talk to you about the direction that they want to take this in, because a lot of you still think you will be safe. It is no mistake that in his telepromptered stump speech, because make no mistake, his speech today that everyone was like making a big deal out of, that was a stump speech. He is campaigning. He's campaigning for approval. That's why he's just telling a bunch of lies up there about it.
Bunch of lies. I mean, good gracious. The amount of lies he told. Hold on. Hold on. I don't even think I addressed every lie he told. Let me just list them. Let me list every lie that Trump told, right? And I'm saying things because he's campaigning because of the midterms, the Epstein files, everything else like that. So an army of 25 million people entering under Biden, misleading and unsupported. I fact checked it. 11,888 murderers entering the U.S., misleading and unsupported. He says for the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have allowed to enter our country. False, unsubstantiated, illegitimized. Number 4, drugs brought in by ocean and by the sea are now down 94%. Not established, not true, not a precise statistic, an immense exaggeration, unsupported, absent evidence. That's 4 lies so far. Number 5, he settled 8 wars in 10 months, ended the war in Gaza, peace in the Middle East for the first time in 3,000 years. Unsupported, misleading, a lie. It's a lie, y'all. What else did he lie about? Inflation has stopped. Unsupported, not even 2% of inflation went down. nationwide. It's a lie. It's unsupported. I went through fact checkers with everything, y'all. It's a lie. Misleading, lie. Prices are down, another lie. Some categories moved down, others moved up. Overall prices broadly, there's no support that as a whole inflation has went down. It's a lie. The prices of egg down. Another lie, number 8. The prices of eggs down 82% since March. While that is false, fact checker says that egg prices fell sharply, but not 82% in retail, and sites drops closer to 43%, but that's from March. So Trump brung it up and then dropped the eggs. The eggs go up and then they went down. Now he's claiming victory. Another lie. Number 9, the price of Thanksgiving turkeys was down 33% compared to last year. Unsupported. It's a lie. There's no data. It says that these percentages are exaggerated and selectively framed. And this is lumped into overstated grocery victory lap categories. Number 10, under Biden, real rate wages plummeted by $3,000. Fact checkers flag wage framing as skewed, and it depends on the time frame and the actual definitions. Damn, all these lies, bro. I mean, they're all lies. Number 11, since I took office, 100% of net job creations has gone to American-born citizens. That's a lie. He's brought people over here from all over the world, and he's employed them. Number 12, the number 12 lie. Somalians have taken over Somalians have taken over the economics of Minnesota and have stolen billions and billions. Misleading, inflammatory. Minnesota has major fraud cases, and prosecutors have alleged extremely large fraud exposure in certain programs, but blaming an entire ethnic group taking over is an assertion. Billions and billions is pretty much a blanket claim. No supported data supports that. Now that we went through all the lies he told, let's get back into since we went through the big beautiful lies, let's go back to the ugly truth. And double tap your screen if you like the truth. All of those lies he told, all unsupported claims. If you love the truth, double tap your screen because we tell the truth over here. Let's go.
How great everything is. He's campaigning because he's flailing. That is a good sign, but I digress. It is no mistake that he said this in a pre-written speech, especially now that it is coming out that they are looking to strip naturalized citizenship from more people in America. There are 26 million naturalized citizens in America. So those are American citizens, but not American-born citizens. They are also, quick reminder, trying to get rid of birthright citizenship. SCOTUS just agreed to take up and hear that case. Those citizens are U.S.-born, but they're going to distinguish U.S.-born from American-born. I know that this isn't surprising to a lot of people who are watching this, but it is important. They are increasingly using tools that we have seen before in history. They are redefining what it means to be American. If people who are legally American aren't Americans, then how do you define American? How will they define American? They're talking about it as though it's this innate thing that you're either born with or not. You know who else thinks that way? If you don't define a nationality legally with citizenship, you're defining it ethnically.
Well, that's what it is. It's ethnic purging going on in America. You know, and the irony of all of that is the people who are conducting the ethnic purging are colonizers. And these colonizers are the real illegals. That part. The colonizers who came over here and, butchered the foundational Black American Indians, stole the land, and, continue to rule with an iron fist. They the real illegals. They're the real illegals. They're the vagabonds. Oh, I know that. I know that may have disturbed some of you Christian nationalists. I know that disturbed some of you undercover white supremacists. But the invaders are the real illegals. Now, let's continue. Because Trump is trying to bring us to war. He's going to do everything he can. And the truth is, it's a good thing that he's campaigning and flailing, because that shows that he's just trying to stay in office. Those midterms are coming up. He did this speech, was nothing but lies. It was nothing but lies to make America believe that we're in a good position and that he did his thing. But I'm glad that he's flailing. I'm glad that he's campaigning. It shows that he's not confident in what he actually done, because everything he said was a damn lie. Everything Trump said was a lie. Let's continue.
If it is found that survivors were actually killed while clinging on to that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war. Very receptive ear to doing
I guess you're going to find that this is war. He's about ready to bring us to another war.
exactly what they're doing, taking out those boats. And very soon we're going to start doing it on land too, because we know.
Breaking news. President Trump just said out loud that killing civilians is fine because this is war.
So, they bombed some civilians, and he said it's war. And somebody asked me, would you rather Biden be in office? No, I would rather actual foundational Black American be in office. Somebody who was born and raised, and somebody who has a true lineage to the land. I would rather that someone of that stock be the commander in chief of this country. Far as Democrats and Republicans, I don't care for either side. None of them have a comprehensive plan for my people. So I am somewhat of a political menace. When you hear me go live, I'm going in on the whole system. I don't care for people like Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, people that they put in position as if they're one of us, when really they're just, they're people from other places that just have our skin complexion. And they put them there to what's the word for it? They put them there to give us a false sense of security and hope, believing that that's us. But a lot of those people are not us. Yeah, they put them there to actually, that's a great word for it. They put them there to actually undermine what we have done, what foundational Black Americans have built here. Yeah, they put them there to kind of appease and placate, keep us under wraps, under control. And just like they had Barack Obama trying to get in office and tell us they had him going to the barbershops trying to tell Black men we need to go vote for Carmela, stuff like that, antics like that. I don't rock with antics like that. So yeah, I don't care for Biden or Trump, but let's go. But Trump is a damn liar. And he's trying to bring us to war. That's the facts.
And then added, very soon, we're going to start doing this on land too. That means missile strikes inside Venezuela are coming. When a reporter asked if American commanders should be punished for shooting survivors clinging to a boat, Trump brushed it off. It's war. Now the new excuse is rolling out fast. Marco Rubio says Trump has to attack Venezuela because Hezbollah is supposedly hiding there. Meanwhile, respected U.S. Army Colonel Douglas McGregor says Maduro already offered Trump a sweet deal. Full amnesty for Maduro, plus U.S. companies get to come back, fix the oil fields, and pump Venezuela's massive reserves on very favorable terms. McGregor's message is simple. Take the deal. America has the best oil engineers in the world.
Wow.
Nobody else can restart those fields like we can.
Yep. See, they about to start to go to war for more resources, more oil. And America, you know, we're not ready for another war, especially with Venezuela. You know, they practice guerrilla warfare, same thing that Iran practiced. And that's just not something that, you know, we should be looking forward to. Somebody said, who would that foundational Black American president be? Well, I mean, honestly, there's nobody that I can think of off the top of my head. And to be quite frank with you, they've already showed that they would not allow that. They've already showed they would not allow that. They're going to either put somebody who look like us that's not us in office, or they're going to put, you know, a straight up control op in there. They're not going to really put a homegrown foundational Black American that really understands the country, understands our plight. They're not going to do that. So in the meantime, in between time, until they want to give us some actual tangibles, and they want to, you know, do something for us, then, you know, we're going to just be going in on the whole system. We're just going to go in on everybody. Biden, Obama, all of them, you know. Matter of fact, just release them files. Just release them files so we can see all of Babylon collapse. That's what we want. Just go ahead and release those. Because soon as you release them, I'm streaming for hours upon hours daily, multiple times a day. Let's go.
But Trump wants total surrender. Maduro leaves, hands over the whole country, and gets nothing. That's not going to happen. So instead of cheap oil and zero American casualties, we're getting ready for another war sold with the same old playbook. He's a terrorist. He's a drug dealer. He's an Iran proxy. He's a communist. He stole the election. Whatever sticks works today. They told us Trump was the peace president. Right now, it sure doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
The boat strikes, if it is found
Y'all heard
that
it.
survivors were actually killed while clinging on to that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war. Very receptive ear to doing exactly what they're doing, taking out those boats. And very soon we're going to start doing it on land too.
So pretty soon we're going to be doing it on land too. So they already got Venezuela surrounded. They're bombing boats and they're going to be bombing land. And American citizens didn't agree with that. Why didn't Trump address this during his nation address? Why didn't he address this during the nation address? Because this is a big deal if you're about to bring us back into another war. Instead of acting like you have resurrected America. Man, double tap the screen if y'all can see the truth, man. Double tap if you can see the truth.
So there's some breaking news out. Donald Trump wants to give 26 million Americans the Kilmar Abreu Garcia experience, because for Trump, ruining one life is never going to be enough. First, he came for undocumented immigrants who had broken criminal law, but that wasn't enough. So he came for undocumented immigrants who never broke any law. Now he's deported thousands of them. That's still not enough. So now he's coming for naturalized citizens, because he just ordered U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to meet a new quota of 100 to 200 people per month to be investigated as candidates for denaturalization. Do you know how many that is? In the past 9 full total years, there have only been 120 such cases. Total. That's one per month over almost a decade, including all of Trump's first term, meaning this new quota seeks a 200-fold increase versus historical norms. Now, they're saying it's because too many people obtained citizenship were gang members or connected to cartels or violent criminals. But to people like Donald Trump and Stephen Miller, we know exactly what they mean by connected. They mean brown. Now, here's the good news. They're going to spend a lot of money and waste a lot of time to fail. What's new, right? Because in 2017, Trump's own obedient Supreme Court already ruled that in order to denaturalize a citizen, you have to prove not only that they lied in the citizenship process, but that lie made a material difference in their ability to obtain citizenship. And because citizenship is already a rigorous process that makes...
And see, this is what we should be talking about. These are the questions that Trump should be asked about denaturalizing citizens. Because that's what they're on the brink of doing. Y'all got to understand there's a reason why military has been strategically placed in various cities. And they don't have nothing to do with no damn crime. Trump don't care about no damn crime. Trump is a criminal. He's put all that military in place to be able to engage U.S. citizens. See, I know about Agenda 2025, and I listen, I know what was written. I know what these people are planning to do. And there's different laws, there's different policies being changed to denaturalize citizens. That is a big talk. A lot of people are talking about that. And, you know, a lot of people watch his speech addressing the nation. He did nothing but lie. He did nothing but lie. But let's continue.
Denaturalization incredibly expensive and incredibly rare. But denaturalization and deportation is not actually his goal. His goal is so much simpler than that. It's fear, because naturalized citizens can vote. And when we look at their voting behaviors, naturalized citizens say 2-to-1 they were better off under Biden than Trump. And they say 2-to-1 that their beliefs better align with Democrats than Republicans. Because naturalized citizens believe in the working class and the American dream, not the billionaire class and the late stage capitalism dream. 26 million immigrants is too many to come after in broad daylight. So instead, he wants them living afraid. That around every single corner is an expensive and life-ruining nightmare as Trump tries to turn them into the next billboard in his fear campaign. But I'm here to tell you it's not going to work, because we are wise to his bullshit. We see everything he is, and more importantly, everything he isn't, because immigrants are America, and MAGA xenophobia is cancer. So there's some breaking news.
Well, here's the thing, the colonizers are the real immigrants. Now, for those who don't know, MAGA Mike Johnson got caught on a hot mic. And this had me cracking up, y'all. He got caught on a hot mic saying that Trump is unwell. So, this is what a lot of people are saying behind the scenes. Hopefully, MAGA Mike Johnson don't get, unalived out here, because he got caught. And I think that's interesting.
Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, just got caught on a hot mic speaking to a Democrat, and in their interaction, it appears that Johnson accidentally agrees that Trump is mentally unwell. Just take a look.
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What are you doing?
On your side are too. I don't control.
Oh my God, please. That performance in front of the generals? That
I didn't see
is
that.
so dangerous. You know I serve on Foreign Affairs and Appropriations. It's the collision of those two things.
He said, look, a lot of people on your side are unwell too. Like, we know this. Look, we know that Trump is a damn nutcase. We know that, we know that Trump walking around with that catheter. We know that Trump is out here, losing his damn marbles. Yeah, we know that.
Allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
Well, isn't that something? Mike Johnson didn't know his audio is being picked up. And the Democrat rep, Madeline Dean, says the president is unhinged, he's unwell. Mike Johnson, instead of defending Donald Trump, said a lot of the folks on your side are too. Two, as in addition to, as in Donald Trump is crazy and he thinks that Democrats are too. Seems like Mike Johnson just agreed that Donald Trump is unwell. There are some genuine Trump cult members in Congress, but many of them, people like Mike Johnson, secretly know that Donald Trump is unwell. They know he's crazy. They know people around the world are laughing at us. They just don't have the stones to say it. Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, just got...
I mean, hey, let's go.
Pay attention and listen, because President Donald J. Trump is about to inject $20 trillion into the entire market. Look.
Investing in America, $20 trillion. No country's ever done anywhere even near that.
See, now I want to break this down, because a lot of people believe that this $20 trillion that he is investing into the country is going to go to the people. No, it's going to go to cryptocurrency. It's going to be crypto trading. You know, this is for what he's doing is for the XRP community. And that's what I want people to understand, because things are changing around us and we're not quite catching on. We're not catching on. And I mean, when most people hear that, people start thinking about jobs, resources, and that's what you believe. No. This is for a specific group of people who understand where the country is growing and the direction it's going. So I think this is some valid information to just share with you, because we don't just talk about problems, we talk about solutions as well. So you can kind of know what direction this is going.
Fraction of that. Biden did less than $1 trillion in 4 years. I did 20 trillion. We're going to do over 17 trillion in 8 months. By the time we end, we could do over $20 trillion. There's never, in China, no matter where you go, there's never been anything like it. We are building up something that's unbelievable. And a big part of that are the tariffs, because they don't want to have to pay the tariffs, because it's so unsustainable that they come and build the pharmaceuticals and the chips and all the things. They're coming into the United States and they're building them. It's a miracle what's happening. We are building the greatest country in the world, economically, greater than we've ever been before.
Pay attention.
And so that's where it's going into XRP. This is going to be for the billionaire club. It's going to be for the people who understand the inside trading, who understand which coin is going to be popping. This is not for the average American working class citizen. So that I'm clear. Yo, I like how Rosie O'Donnell called out Trump on this one.
I don't understand how he's able to get away with the things he gets away with: breaking the law, the emoluments clause, taking bribes, blackmailing people. He's a criminal con man. And if you grew up in New York, as I did, you knew this your whole life. We watched his planes get repossessed off the runway at LaGuardia. We watched him try to sell steaks and cologne in a fake university, steal money from charities that his family can't even have a charity anymore in New York City, in the New York State, because they had stolen money from kids' cancer charities. There's no way you can look at the facts about this man and believe in him still. You have to have willful blood. I don't understand how he's...
Yeah, this is the thing. Most Americans, they just want to believe in false hopes, man. You know, you have a full-blown scam artist up there, and you still trying to believe the hokey doke. I'm telling you. And y'all know I've been going in on this whole situation with Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. And, we knew it was all a show. We knew that Candace Owens was compromised. You know, they all on the same team. I seen this interesting clip. Yo, this joint was funny, man. Let me see if I can pull that up. It's an interesting clip. Y'all know I do my clip farming over here. Oh, this joint right here. This joint right here.
Thinks we're enemies.
You're a fucking genius.
We got this shit in the bag.
It's funny how nobody realizes we work for the same people. I mean, how stupid can society be?
They're so stupid. I think I'm gonna hop on the podcast tomorrow and say you're a reptilian lizard person. It should spare us a couple days.
That's perfect. You saw my Fox News interview, right? Everyone thinks my eyes changed and shit. So stupid.
Thanks for enemies. We got this shit. It's funny how nobody realizes we work for the same.
Yo, this is funny, man. Because it's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true. I'm gonna play that one more time. That's funny.
Same people. I mean, how stupid can society be?
They're so stupid. I think I'm gonna hop on the podcast tomorrow and say you're a reptilian lizard person. It should spare us a couple days.
That's perfect. You saw my Fox News interview, right? Everyone thinks my eyes changed and shit.
So stupid.
It's so
Thanks
stupid.
for enemies. You're a fucking genius. We got this shit in the bag. It's funny how nobody realizes we work for the same people. I mean, how stupid can society be?
They're so stupid. I think I'm gonna hop on the podcast tomorrow and say you're a reptilian lizard person. It should spare us a couple days.
That's perfect. You saw my Fox News interview, right? Everyone thinks my eyes changed and shit. So stupid.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, the control operatives are there. I mean, all of them: Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. I mean, you name them. The list goes on and on and on and on. They all just control ops. They all control ops, man. Straight up. They all control ops. But you know, I had to come through and just tell you the truth, man. I had to come through and tell y'all the truth. Trump is a liar. America is going to be judged. It has to be judged. You know, for those who are really leaning towards truth, following the Most High, living a lifestyle that seeks repentance, honoring his law, statutes, and commandments, staying away from the ways of the heathens and the pagans. I know it's Christmas time coming up. Christmas is a pagan holiday, by the way. I know the Christian nationalist not going to tell you that. The fake Christian is not going to tell you that. But it's a day of Satan. It's a day of Satan worship. Saturnalia. And, you know, we don't do none of that stuff on this side. I mean, I can eventually, pretty soon in the near future, I'm going to give y'all the history on Christmas. Matter of fact, if you just check my platform, you see me give a rundown, breaking down the history of Christmas. I know some people have a problem with that, but Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, all pagan, satanic festival days. None of them actually reverence the real Jesus Christ. Now, the reason why I'm so blunt about the truth when I tell it is so direct and straightforward, because we're in the last days. I don't have time to just always go on these long diatribes about stuff that we should know, things that you should be able to look up. You know, my job is to get you to study, to show yourself approved, tell you the truth. And if your heart bear witness to it, you'll go look up Christmas and its pagan origin. And then you can consider, is that something that you want to celebrate? Because these Christian nationalists, you seen Trump in front of the Christmas tree. The Bible specifically in Jeremiah 10. Somebody share Jeremiah 10 on the screen. Because the Bible specifically speak against this nonsense right here. Where it says the workers, it's Jeremiah 12 or 10, but either way, you can share that. Where it specifically says, don't cut down a tree and lace it with ornaments and all of that nonsense. Because it's vain. He says the customs of the heathens are vain. This is vanity. It's all vain. It's all vanity. So, you know, study to show yourself approved. Somebody could share that scripture in the chat so somebody can catch it. Somebody who's viewing the chat can catch it. But this is just what it is, man. This is just what it is, you know. There we go. Jeremiah 10:3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the works of the hand of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. God tells you not to do that. Why? Because it's vain. When Nimrod died, a tree erected over his grave. And they would put gifts under this tree. Nimrod and his mother Semiramis were putting the children of God in captivity. So when this tree erected, they were forcing people to put gifts under the tree out of fear. God said, don't do that. So when you reverence in Satan clause, Satan's agreement, and you celebrating this paganism, you are being an active sadist. You're being an active sadist. When you take your children to go to the mall and sit on Saint Nicholas and on Saint Nicholas's lap, you're following the ways of the heathens and the pagans. Now, the Christian nationalists, they're not going to tell you these things, but I love y'all enough to tell you the truth. I love y'all enough to tell y'all the truth, even though I don't even know half of y'all. Because if I don't tell the truth, the Bible says the blood will be on my hands. If I don't let you know that this is paganism. That's right, Lulu. Satan clause. That's Satan's agreement. A clause is an agreement. You move one letter, you got Santa. You move one letter, you got Satan. He's dressed in all red. He's dressed in all red, the colors of Babylon. He comes through the fire, out of your fireplace. He comes out of fire to give you gifts. Come on now. Do your research on Saturnalia. Do your research on these things. Instead of leaving out cookies and milk for some damn demonic creature that these pagans then cultivated. I suggest you repent and put away the ways of the heathens. I suggest you repent and put that stuff away. It's all nonsense. But anyway, peace and blessings to everybody who joined. Hopefully you learned something out of the broadcast. I got more material coming. Now, y'all stay safe out there. I'll touch bases with y'all in the near future. Peace.